It's tea time. This is where we spill the tea.
People who want to have normalcy and raise their healthy family live in places like Long Island.
Hashtag Long Island Life.
The hot teas, the hotties.
I've had the opportunity to see some incredible beauty, some incredible sunsets, some incredible cultures. But at the end of the day, where do I want to be? Fire Island and Bayshore.
Happened here on Long Island.
It happened here on Long Island
So
because,
cool.
You know why? Summers are awesome here.
You're in there with the sharks. As long as you don't stick your arm out the cage, because you only can do that once.
First of all, I feel left out because there's a bottle of wine in between
Yes,
the two
We
of
should have
us.
told you.
I don't know what that is. What is brioche?
And you're the cut.
Long Island tea. Hey, welcome back to Long Island Tea. I'm back. It's Kristen.
Yay, you're back. It's Sharon. I'm so glad to
Yay.
have you back.
Hey,
I missed you.
I missed you too. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Let me tell you, I'm doing.
You are doing good.
I am really, really excited about this episode because this entire episode is major tea.
It's major.
I think, listen, we do the show. We always talk about pulling back the curtain. We talk about our lives, but there are certain things that we like to keep private.
Sure.
And one of the things I've learned throughout my career to try to keep, private is my private life, my romantic life. And we talk about Thomas and everything every now and then, but I didn't tell anyone, but a few close people that I got married last weekend.
Congratulations.
Woo! So, of course, the staff knew that I was getting married, but I didn't really announce it to anyone. I don't think our board even knows.
Right. We had a meeting the next day, and
Yeah.
you're like, I don't know, should I say something?
I'm weird about it. So then my first day back, we're doing an executive committee meeting, and one of our board members, a good friend Lisa, she follows me on Facebook. We're friends, and so she's like, did you say, why are you here? Didn't you just get married? I'm like, I don't want to say anything. I'm weird. But yeah, it was awesome. It was a Long Island wedding.
It sure was. Oh my
Woo.
gosh.
And so let me tell you, we have a lot to talk about. So we're going to talk about weddings.
Okay.
This whole show.
Yeah.
Because I'm still on a high from my wedding, and weddings on Long Island.
Are a thing.
They're a thing.
They are a
When
thing.
I first moved here, I was like, what is the deal with weddings?
Well, it's funny, like you go outside of New York, Long Island, or, New York as a whole, weddings are not like they are here.
I've never experienced. Oh, before we get into that, Sharon. So I'm dressed up because we're talking about my wedding.
Yes.
And we're drinking sparkling Pointe.
Yes,
So
celebration.
the sparkling Cuvée Carnaval from the North Fork. And this is, sparkling Pointe is always for celebration. So are you
sure.
ready?
I'm ready.
Woo! Okay. I know. So I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I thought we would drink champagne while we talked about the wedding. And you were there.
Yes, I was so grateful to be there.
Oh my God,
because
thank you.
It was just so beautiful. Like I said to you the next day, I felt like it was a movie. It really did not feel real. You paid attention to so much detail in all of your planning.
And I hate that.
I know you hate that alone.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Major props.
Yeah.
But it was exquisite.
Thank you.
It was so beautiful.
It was honestly the best wedding. It was the wedding of my dreams, and I never knew I even had wedding dreams.
Right.
I'm not one of those people.
Right.
But I was telling Thomas about it. Now that it's done and it's settled, we were looking at the pictures, and I was describing it to him. I'm like, you know what? It's like a firework. I'm like, you take all of this time and you so carefully
Plan
put it
and-
together and make sure nothing falls apart.
Right.
Nothing, and then it explodes and it's beautiful and it's sparkly.
Yes.
And everybody's like, ooh,
my
it's
gosh.
amazing. Everyone's having so much fun. And then it's gone. It's done.
It's
And you're like,
amazing.
all right. And then
That's
you're in
over.
traffic.
Yep.
On the
But
way
I
home.
have to say, like, even, I don't know whether or not COVID or whatever, but I haven't danced like that.
Oh my God. All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So, thank you. Okay. So let's talk about it. So the theme, because.
So good.
Hold on. I got to.
So good.
I almost forgot to take a sip. So this is really good. So the theme of it was iconic Long Island.
Sure.
Because, of course, I love Long Island.
Right.
And Long Island is what has changed my life. I came here as a total single mom and never ever intended
Right.
to have a relationship or do anything like that here. And Thomas is actually a transplant as well. He's from Chicago.
Yeah.
So, and when I met him, the funny story is he did not like Long Island at all.
Really?
Yeah. He was biding his time, till his kids were out of high school, and he was like, well, he moved here and his relation, he was moved here for a transfer for his work, and his marriage fell apart and all those things. So it was not good space for him.
Yeah.
And when I first met him, I'm like, oh my God, I do tourism. We do here and we go there and we go all over. And I told him how much I love it. And he kind of got to see it through my eyes.
Yeah.
And now, of course, it's like, we love it. And we can't imagine.
It's your Long Island love story, right?
So the wedding was kind of our theme. But I mean, we didn't do a lot. But so the wedding was at Gurney's.
Yes. You did a lot Long Island stuff.
Right?
You totally did.
It had to be at Gurney's.
Had to be at Gurney's one. On the beach. Beautiful.
On the beach. Gurney's is iconic. Oh my God. And the weather cleared up. It was like rainy the day before. I was melting down. And also, there was a pandemic that literally every day restrictions were lifted.
Yeah.
I mean, I planned this a year ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Thinking that everything would be lifted a lot earlier.
Right.
And it kept inching. And I was like, oh. And all of our family traveled in from Arizona and Chicago. And so, like, the travel ban just got lifted on April 1st. And everything was just, like, barely, just, like the day before. It was nerve-wracking. But Gurney's was incredible. I mean, truly, just the dreamscape.
Oh, my goodness.
And we got lucky. I think the only reason we were, because it was really small.
Right.
35 people.
Right. It was super small. But I think that's what made it so special, honestly.
Yeah.
It was, like, so intimate and beautiful and, like, it just felt so relaxed for Gurney's as well.
Right.
It was so beautiful. But like even just the atmosphere, everybody was having so much fun. You can see, I mean, like I said to you, that smile on your face the whole day was just so beautiful.
Well, and you know what? Thank you, Sharon. But it's funny because Thomas and I met and we have kids that are same age. So I always talk about my two girls, and he's got 3 kids. He's got twins that are 16
right.
and a daughter that's 13. So just carry the one. We've got 3 16-year-olds and 2 13-year-olds. And that's a lot of kids. And they're all best friends.
And you can see it. I watched them all night long, just having the best time together.
Yeah, and they were our wedding party. It was just our kids that stood up next to us, and they had the readings during the wedding about the definition of family.
Yeah, it was
and then
beautiful.
our 2 oldest daughters, who are like just besties, Kenzie and Penelope, they did the maid of honor and like quote unquote best man speech together,
which was so cute. Did you know that they were going to do that?
I knew they were going to do a speech, but they wrote it at 3 a.m. apparently that morning.
They did such an amazing job.
Everyone, I was like, people forgot to get video. Because everyone was like, it was the sweetest thing. Like Kenzie talked about Thomas and what a great dad he's been to her.
Yeah.
Which blew him away because Kenzie doesn't tell him that.
Right.
And Penelope talked about me, and she's like, how much, she's like, before we met the Jarnigans, we were kind of lame. We never went anywhere. And she's like, we got to go to BLI's Summer Jam.
Yeah.
And it was so personal. And our officiant was Paul Fleischman, my good friend, and his wife, Carrie Fleischman, was there. And amazing. I mean, you know how much I love Newsday.
Yeah.
And Paul's like the god of Newsday.
Right.
He just recently retired. But he has been an incredible mentor to me since I got here, and he knows our family. We go hang out with him all the time. So it was so personal.
It was so personal, and he did such an amazing job officiating.
I loved it.
And he made it so personal. He incorporated the kids.
He did.
I mean, we always tease you guys about being the Brady Bunch, and it was just so cute the way they stood up there so proud, all those kids.
I remember one of the times I broke up with Thomas early on.
One of the times.
It was a lot. And I said, listen, I'm sorry. I just didn't sign up for this. I'm not Alice Brady.
Right.
And he's like, Brady. I know, honey. Alice is the maid.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, well, whatever. You know what I mean?
And P.S. We need an Alice.
We need an Alice. Anyway, and we had Billy Joel playing, of course, the entire time. The guests sat down, and then we walked down the aisle to Billy Joel.
Which was so awesome.
What was the song? I can't remember. I Love You Just the Way You Are.
Yes.
And it was so cute. And then right after our first kiss, it was You Make My Dreams Come True by Hall & Oates. It was so fun.
It was so awesome.
And then the dance floor popping.
I'm telling you, I haven't danced. I was sore the next day. I'm like, what is this feeling?
The whole night. Our DJ, Alex Knight, shout out.
Yeah,
I mean,
awesome.
I didn't get any discounts, so don't
Yeah, this is not a
This is not
sponsorship.
a plug. But I'm telling you, blew me away.
Yeah, he was awesome. He did so good. What was that song you guys kept? He played it twice.
Oh, Ya Ya Ding Dong.
Yeah, what is that?
So, my friend...
Never heard of it in my life.
Chris is dying. Do you know Ya Ya Ding Dong? Oh. So, my friend Patrick quarantined with me. My friend from
his
Arizona
speech too.
and from New York City. He's so cute, my bestie. And he's Dutch. And so we, during quarantine, watched the movie Eurovision with Will Ferrell
really?
and
my
Rachel.
God, so
Have you
funny.
seen it?
No, but I
it is
attempted it.
so
like
hilarious.
twice.
And it's about Eurovision, which is kind of like the Voice of Europe.
Yeah.
And they sing this song called Ya Ya Ding Dong, which is like a
so
total
funny.
Icelandic, like, how European music is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was kind of a family
Ya
thing. Ya Ya Ding Dong. Anyway, it was such and let me just give one more, the food.
Oh my God.
Oh, and the cake. I'm still eating that cake.
Oh, good for you.
No, I've got to stop.
But like the clam bake, when you explained clam bake and we think clam bake on Long Island, it's like on the beach, whatever. But the way they presented it and all the food was just like butter.
Oh, I just have to say, it was so amazing. Thank you for being there. We're going to post some pictures.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Because Dan was there and took some great pictures of us.
He was
and
so cute.
He was so great. And we're going to talk more about weddings on Long Island, but I want to talk a little bit about this delicious sparkling Pointe wine that we have because, as you guys announced last week,
Yes.
we now have an official sponsorship with Long Island Wine Country, which is awesome. So we're going to talk, just to let you know, Long Island boasts 57 distinct wine, I got to put these glasses on, wine producers offering an array of award-winning varietals, breathtaking tasting rooms, especially this one. I love Sparkling Pointe.
Yeah, so good.
And seasonal events. And you can go to liwines.com for more information. And I went there today, and they have a bunch of really cool events
I know.
on there
They're
right
so
now,
exciting.
like Mother's Day and stuff. So definitely go to liwines.com and check it out. And this is just perfect, crisp
good.
and bubbly. And, you have to have Sparkling Pointe for all of your celebrations. So we're going to continue the conversation about the wedding. But, Sharon, do you know what time it is? It's tea time. Okay, can I just start because I just want to, what am I going to call this? I'm going to call it a tea reheat. I don't know. I just made that up.
Okay,
Chris,
I like it.
Help me brand that. But I was listening to you and Nikki last week, and I loved listening to you guys. It was so fun when, I was off. And so Nikki was talking about lashes. So true.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I'm usually I'm kind of like an anti-lashes person. Every
Me
time
too, a
people
little
comes in
bit.
with the lashes, I have to roll my eyes and be like,
Well, it's just so funny
okay.
because she rocks them all the time.
She does. And Jamie used to wear them.
Yeah, Jen does too sometimes. But it's funny. I don't picture myself like that.
No.
Like I couldn't
So
handle it.
yeah, because I'm like, to me, I'm
It's
like,
like my mascara now. I'm like, I got something in my eye.
it's like a Long Island thing, right? You come with
Yeah.
the lashes and the long acrylic nails.
Yes.
I'm like, okay. But I had lashes on for my wedding, and I'm obsessed. The lady put them on,
Yeah.
the makeup artist, which was incredible. She did such an amazing job. I brought all these lashes. I had some from CVS and I had some from Sephora because
Some
she
from
told me,
Ulta, some
yeah, she
from
was like,
Amazon.
bring some
Yeah.
lashes. I just bought some, and she was like, nope, I don't. These are all really bad. So
Don't you dare on your wedding
she's
day.
like, I'm just gonna put mine on you because these are really tacky. I'm like, well,
So
I
funny.
don't know.
But Nikki knows that stuff. Like she
Yeah.
loves it.
I should have had her do it, but I think I'm actually going to go and get
Extensions,
lashes
yeah.
because the way that they looked on, I loved it. It
also,
really
they're so awesome because even if you don't want to put makeup on that day,
Yeah.
you want to like I need to wear makeup every day. That's just who I am. That's
Yeah.
what I do. And like I said, I can't go to
Yeah.
7-Eleven without makeup on. I'm in sweats, but I got full blown makeup on.
same full same
Exactly. But if you get the extensions, like
They're just
you
on.
feel like you're wearing makeup.
Because let me tell you, this morning I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get dressed up and talk about the
Yeah.
wedding. I'm gonna put the ones I bought on.
Yeah.
No.
Or no.
I looked like the morning after of something. I don't even know. Like
Walk of
I've been
shame.
clubbing. I don't know. It was bad. So I'm like, I'm just gonna put those down and maybe make an appointment.
Yeah,
so I loved
that's
it.
awesome.
I
I love
loved the
that.
tea about lashes.
Good.
And then I was gonna tell you, we started watching The Serpent last
Yay!
night.
What'd you think?
It was really cool.
It's so interesting.
I didn't think it was at all the way you described it.
Really? That's
I was
hysterical.
like, what?
Really?
This is not what I pictured.
How many episodes did you get in?
Like 3.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. No, it's good. But, he's really he's like an attractive.
Yeah, he's gorgeous.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a serial killer, but he targets tourists anyway. But he was really, it's very 70s
You can't
and very.
explain anything.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know what I was expecting, but when I saw him and it's very 70s and everyone in it's very attractive and cool.
Yeah,
and,
his tan body, whatever.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'll watch.
Yeah, it's fine. And she's gorgeous too.
Yeah.
Monique or whatever her name is.
So anyway, I'm into it. So thanks for your tea.
Good.
So you can start next, but I had to just reheat the tea.
Reheat the tea.
I had to reheat that
I love it. So my tea is another recommendation. You and I listen to You Can Sip With Us.
Yes.
That our fellow
love
podcasters.
those ladies, by the way. Love them.
And I think that, they're real and honest too. Like they're down and dirty, whatever it means, at whatever topic it is at the time.
And
whatever,
she wears lashes.
And she wears lashes, yeah. They're always recommending different cocktails and drinks, and they drink while they do their podcast.
I love them.
But they had an episode that just aired this past Tuesday that was really awesome. And I recommend every mom of any age kids to listen in because it's long. It's like an hour long. But it's worth it because one of them actually just graduated as a life coach. Did you know that? That was funny.
I've heard the life coach episode. I was like, I don't know. Anyway, we'll talk offline about that.
Sidebar.
I have my opinion on that, but that's okay.
Sidebar. But anyway, they were talking about body image, and we talk about that on here all the time about like self-confidence and prioritizing yourself for yourself all the time. But they did a whole episode on empowering parenting, which really was eye-opening for me as a mom of younger kids, and how to speak to them and how to handle certain situations. And they also incorporated the whole stopping food phobias, and teaching your children how to eat. Like, because how many times do we relate anything to food? Celebrations. You got a dance recital. We're going to go out and celebrate with ice cream. You fall down and you skin your knee. I know what would make you feel better, a cookie. So
it's true, though.
we instruct that as parents, and it's not a bad thing.
It makes you feel good.
Yeah, but exactly, we learn this as kids. So it's not a bad thing. It's just how do you do it and incorporate a healthy alternative or a healthy way of not teaching that association of, it's creating the relationship with food. It's important to instill that energy and health positivity.
I just love the You Can Sip With Us ladies. Call and Ash.
They're awesome. And I
actually
think
bought their sweatshirt. I bought their merch. So you can buy our merch because I bought their merch. It's so comfortable.
We might tag them in this episode
we should.
just because honestly, like I really enjoyed the episode. I thought it was empowering.
Yeah. And they have different topics. And sometimes they just have really fun topics.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they get really deep.
And they go on tangents like we do, which
I
is
love
cool.
them.
Yeah.
I know. I love them. So I love that tea because I love those ladies and I listen to them too. I haven't listened to that yet.
Yeah, it's really good.
But because I've been I got adrenaline drain right after the wedding.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
I've been out sick.
Shut
I got
down.
a total head cold. And of course everyone's like, oh my God, what's...
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm fully vaxxed. I just am sick. Anyway, but I wanted to give some tea about, again, I think to me as a transplant to Long Island, that this is something don't know. So I loved my dress so much.
It was unbelievable. That
loved
too
it.
you didn't explain well.
Yeah.
So when you explained it to me, I'm like, I can't picture it. And then you showed me the picture, and I was like, I get it. You can't explain that dress.
You can't explain the dress.
Very
it's totally different.
Yes. But gorgeous.
Thank you. I loved it. And I got it from Kleinfeld's.
Yes.
Which, as anyone that doesn't know anything about weddings, say yes to the dress, is Kleinfeld. And they're like, it's iconic. But remember, I bought it during a pandemic.
Right.
New York City was shut down.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And I wanted to give some tea because there are ways to get a dress from Kleinfeld's without breaking the budget. If you watch Say Yes to the Dress and they're like, oh, my budget's $10,000. I'm like, who? No. Okay.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Listen,
if you spend $10,000, fine.
To spend $10,000 on your dress,
fine.
good for you.
If you got it, cheers. Cheers to you. But I don't have that.
Right.
With 5 teenagers.
Right.
So, but I was looking on Kleinfeld's because I thought, I'm just going to make an appointment just for the experience with my girls, even if I don't buy something. And
because it is an experience.
It
in
is,
itself.
right?
Yeah.
But when I made the appointment, what I noticed is they had a sample sale. And so you can find these. If you plan ahead, Kleinfeld's has these sample sales where they'll have
Trunk
like a
shows?
pop-up. It's not even a trunk show.
Okay.
Because a trunk show is like one designer. They do
Okay.
have those too.
Okay.
If there's a designer that you like, you can just hold out for the trunk show. But this was like a sample sale. So when they try on the dresses at Kleinfeld's, you know, they don't sell those
Right.
from the floor. They go to the sample. So I did this. I went to like this warehouse in this building in
Yeah.
Midtown. And again, it was the middle of the pandemic. So I was supposed to go at 3:30 and they called me. They're like, can you come at 12:30? Everything's canceled.
Yeah, we want to shut it down.
Yeah, but it was awesome. I mean, it wasn't the same environment as Kleinfeld, but I had my own bridal like attendant, and I had the selection was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, they had them all organized, mermaid, A-line,
Style,
whatever.
yeah.
And then they give you like the white robe, and they give you the thing, and they're like, "Are you saying yes to the?" And they put the veil on, just like the
Oh
show.
my gosh, so
So and it's 70% off.
It's amazing.
It's 70% off. Now, funny story about that. I went in and with my daughters, Kenzie and Tegan went with me. I needed their help, and I was like, I just want something simple. Mm-hmm. It's my
Classy.
second
Yeah.
wedding, age appropriate. I don't
Right.
need to go crazy. And I tried on one dress. It was like just plain lace. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. This one's good. And tried on another one. It was like really pretty, kind of simple, just plain like satiny. I'm like, yeah. And then Kenzie's the one. I think she liked all the ruffles on this one.
Yes.
Because all the tears, and she's like, "This one's pretty, all beaded." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I walked out of there straight housewives of Long Island. There could not have been more bling.
No, I
put it
know,
on, I'm like,
but it was so
Or
beautiful.
this.
It
I'm
was
like,
so
just
beautiful.
simple.
It was perfect.
slash completely beaded head to toe.
Right. And not at all what, and they always say that, like, you know, like it's not at all going to be what you think you want. You
Yeah.
know, like when I was dress shopping for my dress, I wanted the typical, you know, strapless, tight, big poof, like Cinderella.
princess.
And that was not what I chose.
What was your dress like?
It was more like A-line. It was poofy, but it was full satin, and it had like a beaded embroidery up on top. But
Pretty.
It was very beautiful and classy, but it was not at all.
I want to see pictures. You've never shown me pictures of your wedding.
I will one day.
Okay, so but
A
that
whole
is a
slideshow.
real that's some real tea though, that you can go and have that Kleinfeld say yes to the dress experience at 70%.
definitely.
Now, the zipper was completely busted out. You know what? I should give another piece of tea because that was hard finding an alterations person.
Yeah.
And I found one on Yelp, and she was amazing. It's called By My Hand. It's almost prom season.
Right.
Right?
It's-
Everyone
and
needs an
wedding
alterations,
season.
a
Yeah.
wedding. She does it out of her house. Super reasonable. Bing, bang, boom. Because I had to rush the girls' bridal dresses. And then I had 4 of them to
Right,
alter.
right.
So, and she did all within like, anyway, it was amazing. So Kleinfeld's was like that awesome once in a lifetime experience.
Definitely.
And also affordable.
Yeah.
You can do it. What else was I going to say here? Makeup, I'll talk about that. Long Island. Oh, one more thing I did, which I want to, and this sounds totally self-serving, but I promise it's true. Because almost all of our guests were from out of town.
Yeah.
They come to Gurney's. It's not cheap.
Right.
Okay. Even in off season.
Yeah.
It's expensive. So I wanted to get them like a welcome gift.
Yeah.
So I bought all of our merch,
I know. I love that.
and I'm telling you, they loved it.
Did
So
they? So I
I
wanted
swear
to
to
know,
God,
yeah.
I saw them all wearing it
The next
everywhere.
day. So cute.
So I got them like a water bottle, and they gave them wine tumblers,
Right.
and then like slides, because we have slides. One says Long, one says Island, and of course it was on the beach.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, they loved it. And we have like the reusable
Tote
bags.
Yeah.
And they're beautiful. They're
Yeah.
blue like the ocean. So if you're having a wedding or an event,
Right.
I'm telling you,
Get that merch.
Get that merch because it was so popular, especially if your people are from out of town.
Absolutely.
I mean, I guess, or if they're Long Islanders. So anyway, so that's my tea.
That's some good piping hot tea. I
Yay!
loved it.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about staying with the wedding theme,
Yeah.
right? Hashtag Long Island Life.
Hashtag Long Island Life. I mean, this has been, we talked about it earlier, how Long Island is not your typical wedding. I mean, like I go to weddings anywhere outside of Long Island or New York, and it's like a potluck, you know, or like I'm not shading. It's just how they do it.
It's
and
crazy.
It's just
Long
so
Island
different.
weddings are crazy town, and not just weddings.
Bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs,
Sweet 16s are a
funerals
thing.
are huge because
Funerals,
we're
true, it's
we're
true.
community based, right?
I haven't been to a funeral in probably 15 years, and like, yeah, it's that
community.
community and it's that family.
Yeah. when we go outside of Long Island and we go, like, I'll never forget the first wedding I went to with Dan, my husband, in Maine. And I was like, what's in that crock pot?
Why?
You know?
Why is there a crock
Why
pot?
are there crock pots everywhere? I don't understand. And I was totally dressed up. Like, they don't dress up.
Oh, also,
You know?
let me tell you a little thing about, because I didn't know this, but when you go to a Long Island wedding, gifts,
Yeah.
okay? First of all, it's crazy. Thomas and I had this whole, when I went to my friend Sherry's wedding, like, how much do you give?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know, if there's not a registry, like something on the registry, but everything was sold out.
And they don't do that here.
Yeah.
It's not like registry
Right.
gifts. It's money.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so my family in Arizona, we weren't going to register because we have 2 households that we brought together already.
Right.
We have more crap than we know what to do with.
Right.
And so I'm like, no. Everyone in Arizona is like, where's your registry?
Yeah.
So
And it's like, it's funny because
here people give straight cash and you're expected to give cash.
Yeah.
And I remember because we were like, Thomas, we had this debate and he was like, no, people are going to give cash. I'm like, they're not. Okay. It's weird. We're almost 50, like we're 50s.
Yeah.
So like, stop. No one should give us cash. And so sure enough, we got like the first gift from Arizona. It's like a gift certificate for like, it's like a bottle of wine.
Which
I'm
is
like,
sweet.
that's
Yeah,
fine. You're not
that's so
coming.
sweet.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, see, no one does that.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well,
and then we got an envelope and it was out of control. And he's like, see, that's what people do. People pay like the plate price.
Yes, it's typical to be the plate
I'm
price.
like, what?
And then a little, whatever.
If you're listening, don't ever invite me to your wedding because that is expensive. It's crazy.
I don't want to come.
Yeah, I would just.
That's so
I'll
funny.
send something from your registry.
Yeah, that's so funny. But I mean, also, I don't know if it's like this anywhere else, but like leading up to the wedding, you typically have an engagement party and a bridal shower
Right.
and a bachelorette party and all this nonsense.
Oh my
for
God, you
whatever.
came into my office one day
I know, I scared the crap out of you.
because I hate that stuff.
You hate it. You hate it. And I know that
Sharon
about
comes in,
you.
she's like, I know you don't like bridal showers, and I'm like, oh my God.
Your eyes bulged
I
out of your
thought
head.
there was something in the conference room. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You're like, so I just got you something on this. I'm like, oh, thank you so much.
You're like, oh my God. And you literally like, I totally thought you were going to be like, there's a shower going on.
I was so scared.
And I debated because I hate showers too. Honestly, I hate them.
Oh, and do you remember on my first dance? You saw me, you read my lips.
Yes.
We're doing our first dance to like the slow song, and I'm like, we're dancing, and we kind of like hustled a little bit, spun, dipped, and then I'm like, I'm over it.
Yeah, it's done.
Sharon's like, I read your lips. I was watching you, and I read your lips, and you're like, I'm over it.
Wrap it up.
I was totally like,
But like I loved it because you took dancing lessons.
but that was for us.
I know that was for you for date nights and stuff like that, but still like that's
I
so,
was so
and you guys
uncomfortable.
danced so beautifully.
Oh, yeah, thank you. We did. I'm like $2,000 later. We can spin one spin
And
around
dip.
each
You
other.
guys dipped.
And
I
dipped
loved
one
it.
time. But I looked at the DJ. I'm like, cut it.
You both did, which was hysterical
Yeah.
because I could see you both like dancing because it's it's
I hate
awkward.
it. It's
so
so
yeah.
annoying having. I'm like, everyone's bored. Like, okay, enough about you.
It was beautiful. Enough about you. It's your day.
I don't like it. I was like, I just wanted it to be a party for everyone. So
Exactly. It's a good time though. But back to the weddings on Long Island. Do you know how many celebrities are married on Long Island?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's-
obviously the Hamptons,
Of
right?
course, yeah.
But my fave, LL Cool J, my boy.
Where did he get married?
Well, his daughter got married in Sparkling Point.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Really? Oh, that's awesome.
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's a great. The vineyards.
yeah,
are-
vineyard wedding. Oh my gosh.
You talked about proposals, but great wedding.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, awesome.
I mean, totally different. You know, like it's something. It's not your catering hall or your hotels, which are still beautiful,
Yeah.
ballrooms, whatever. But it's such a different experience, just like Gurney's. What
Yeah.
a different experience.
That's honestly the cool thing about Long Island. I think why weddings are so popular here is because when we were even looking, you've got hotels.
Yeah.
You've got amazing catering halls that have like beautiful rooms and chandeliers. There's some on the water.
Yeah.
There's some like in the vineyards. Honestly, there's so many choices.
There's
It's
so
like
many
mind-blowing.
choices, but
Mansions.
Exactly.
Oh
I
my
was just
God.
gonna say
Ohika Castle. By the way, I remember touring Ohika Castle one time because there are some celebrities that got married there. It was on the cover of Us Weekly.
Yeah, Joey Fatone.
Joey.
Joey
I was saying
Fatone.
the Dancing with the Stars.
okay, yeah, we have him.
Who is it? Max and Petra or something like that. Anyway, they're from the Dancing with the Stars, and they got married at Ohika Castle. And I was asking our good friend Nancy there, I'm like, how much? Just ballpark.
Yeah.
How much?
The site
And
fee
she's
is
like-
like 10 grand, right?
$100,000 minimum
Yeah.
to have your wedding at Ohika
Yeah.
Castle. And
Yeah.
then that's she's like, but that's everything. Like that's food and drinks. I'm like, it better be.
Yeah.
What?
Buy a
But then
house.
everything up
Yeah.
is more.
Oh, for sure. I mean, at the mansions,
I
for
mean,
sure.
it is Ohika Castle.
It is Ohika Castle, exactly. Christy Brinkley.
Of course,
got
all of our
married
Long
at-
Island icons.
Yeah, got a Bridgehampton horse farm.
Oh,
This is
cute.
why I'm bringing up these people, because it's not just Ohika or
Yeah.
the
Yeah, you can-
Hamptons.
so
I
many
mean, like
beautiful
there's different places. Billy Joel,
Of course.
at his Center Island
I was
estate.
kind of hoping he would show up. Because Billy, he shows up.
I mean, random, right?
He just shows up and
know.
sings everywhere. Like he'll be, I remember he'll like playing the piano on the side of the road that's left there. So
It's
I
hysterical.
was like, does anybody know Billy? Because I'm playing literally all of his music.
Right? This is like anthem.
It's the
It was
theme
so
is Long
cute.
Island icons. So
Yes.
I'm hoping, is he here?
Is he here?
No.
All right.
Okay, just checking.
Listen,
Billy, if
MC,
you're
let
listening.
me know when he's coming.
Billy, if you're listening, there's still time.
Exactly. But there are some really fun, Dancing with the Stars, PETA.
Oh, PETA and Max.
Yeah.
Maximum Mirkowski.
Yeah, they got married at Ohika.
Yeah.
But other things that, like Long Island weddings, were featured on TV and documentary series were My Fair Wedding, Platinum Weddings, A Wedding Story, 4 Weddings.
Okay, let me just stop you there because
yeah, there's so many.
so my favorite thing to do on a Saturday or Sunday, depending on, and now that I did buy Discovery Plus, just so you know, I bought the streaming service. We talked about it. Discovery Plus. I caved in. Whatever. Shame me. I love 4 Weddings. I watch it. I binge it every weekend.
Really?
It's like my white noise on the weekends.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch 4 Weddings?
No, I used to watch like some TLC Say Yes to the Dress thing.
So yeah, Say Yes to the Dress is the dress trying on. 4 Weddings is when they have 4 brides and they each attend each other's weddings and they judge them.
Yes, I did.
So literally every other one is on Long Island.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
I watch it because I'm like, every other one is on Long Island.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And so when we were there, I was talking to the Fleischmans and we're getting the food was so good at my wedding and the dancing. And so I looked at them and I was like, we would totally crush 4 weddings.
Oh my God, you would.
And Carrie Fleischman's like, oh, we were in it.
Yeah.
We went to a wedding that was in
course
4
you did.
weddings.
Of
I know.
course
I
you
know.
did.
She was like Marty Cantor's daughter.
Oh my God, so funny.
Because everybody knows everybody.
I love it.
4 weddings. And she's like, and you know what? I went up to those girls afterwards off camera and I was like, you are being so nasty.
She called them out. I loved her.
She's like, shame on you.
Yes.
Shame on this is someone's wedding. We can all hear your comments.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, that's another reason I would never go on that show. Like, don't come and judge my wedding.
Right. But your wedding was
I'd rather not have a
beautiful.
honeymoon. I would totally have won.
Yeah, you really would have, like,
I said to
crushed
Kenzie,
it.
I was like, we would have crushed it. And she's like, you know that, because she watches it with me. She's
Yeah.
like, you know, they'd be like, your ceremony space was kind of cold.
Yeah.
It was a little breezy. Like, it's true.
But it was beautiful.
It was cold. So anyway, 4 weddings.
Wait, can we talk about your cocktail hour? I know we're like
Yeah,
going
and the
back,
bungalows.
but the bungalows and the blankets. Carrie Fleischman actually came. I was getting a cocktail at the bar, and I was like chattering because I was freezing. And you debate whether or not you want to wear stockings, right? So
Oh,
I went
okay.
with another good tea is Jergens Instant Tan.
Oh, yeah. That
Amazing.
stuff is awesome. I have that.
It's like $7.
Probably 7 years old. So I was tentative to use it before my wedding.
Oh my God! But it's so awesome. Anyway, I didn't wear stockings, right? Because
Oh, you looked amazing.
Stockings are like not a thing anymore. But I'm like
We call them pantyhose.
Stockings.
Okay.
Stockings are nylons.
Nylons. That's so funny.
Yeah.
No, okay.
So I didn't wear them.
No, you shouldn't. No one should wear them.
Right.
Ever
it's
again.
over. So anyway, I'm at the bar with Carrie and I think Thomas's cousin, and we're all getting drinks. And I was like, my teeth were chattering, and she's like, "Oh, hold on, I got something, honey." She goes over and gets one of those like Sherpa blankets. Oh my God! And she like wraps me in it. And I'm like, I kind of look silly, like standing at the cocktail hour in like full wool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it was getting cold, but I love those
the
bungalows.
fireplaces and the heaters, like stepping out of those and going to the bar.
Too much.
It was cold.
Well, you should have just had our signature drink, the French 76.
Oh,
Did you have one of those?
I had a sip of yours.
Remember, you told me about them on
Yes.
and you were like,
no.
no.
You were like, no. I like my Prosecco the way it is.
Yeah, you were like, the cool thing with champagne is if you add in vodka, and I'm like, stop it. And then
now it's your
turns out
signature
my
drink.
signature cocktail at my wedding.
And it was delicious.
Yeah, so cheers. Thank you. See, I listen to you.
I know sometimes.
Yeah. No, but those bungalows were so amazing because that's a COVID thing that they oh, sorry. They took the deck that used to be for weddings and stuff,
Right.
and they made it individual private seating.
Oh my God, it was
with
so
like
beautiful.
plants and heaters and fire pits and blankets.
It was so
so
beautiful.
cool. And Thomas's mom and Lisa, they were so cute. Everybody was so cute. My dad, I have video of my dad getting low with
I
Flo
love
Rida.
it. I
was
know.
like, Daddy. My wedding coordinator, Jenny. Listen, I don't know how people do that for a living.
I know. I don't know
how people
so
do that
much
for a living.
props.
So, it's just the calm and the poise.
Yeah, she was awesome.
She was like, how about a sip of water? I'm like, champagne, Jenny.
yeah, champagne would be better.
I was like, champagne.
you.
And she's like, smart girl. Yes. Here, let's get her a sip, someone.
And that was so beautiful too. Like Patrick and I were talking about that, like walking into the ceremony, how you served everybody champagne. So sweet and thoughtful. I'm telling you,
Before
that
you got
every
seated,
little minute,
of course, you were greeted with like a tray of champagne.
Yes.
It was glitz.
It really was. It really it felt
because
like,
it was 35 people.
but it felt like a movie. Like I said, it didn't feel real. I felt like a celeb.
It was so awesome. I loved it so much. So before weddings, if you want an idea of a Long Island wedding, and so Alyssa gave me this statistic just now. Speaking of Long Island weddings, did you know that Long Island weddings are third in the country for most expensive?
Oh, I didn't know that. And that's like, I'm surprised we're not first, honestly.
100. Let me tell you, it's within a few $1,000s.
Right,
By the way,
exactly.
It's New York City,
Yeah, first,
obviously.
of course.
Then New Jersey,
Which
but
I'm surprised we didn't top New Jersey.
it's within like $500.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
crazy.
it's pretty much equal because
Right.
New Jersey weddings are also a thing. If you watch 4 Weddings,
Right,
they're
right.
either on Long Island
Or
in
New
New
Jersey.
Jersey,
Yeah.
or in sometimes New York City, but no one can afford that. The New York City ones are really sad. It's like, we're doing it in Central Park, and then there's like a shirtless guy walking behind because it's an open space. And you're like, no.
It's so funny because I got married in Aruba.
Whoa, that's awesome.
We were like, no, we're not doing a Long Island wedding or a Maine wedding because our family, same thing, Dan's transplant, but we have so much family each that we were like, well, we're going to do a destination.
Yeah,
just,
smart.
You know, whoever wants to come can come. Awesome. If you don't, great. We had a barbecue when we got back, and which was fine. But we definitely had a couple in the ceremony, like on my wedding video, in their bathing suits.
Yeah,
and
no,
they
I hate
probably should not have been in
Nope.
bathing suits.
I hate that.
The entire ceremony, there's these 2 people watching our ceremony in Aruba.
I hate it.
In a bathing suit.
I hate
I'm
it.
like,
honestly,
back it up.
they asked me, they were like, do you want to be on the beach for your wedding? And I'm like, nope. I
Yeah.
don't want any riffraff.
Right.
I don't
And then
like-
like the
I
winds,
want-
like I bought this beautiful
I can't.
cathedral veil thinking like gorgeous veil. Probably spent a lot of money on it. I don't remember. It was so long ago. But like my wedding planner literally, like, because we got married in Aruba, so it's always constantly breezy. She literally like ripped it out of my hair before we walked down the aisle. She's like, honey, this is going to wrap around your throat and choke you.
Oh, no.
Which is fine. I wound up like, whatever. I don't even know what I did with it. But like,
Well, it's funny because of the cost of Long Island weddings. We actually talked about a destination wedding. That was our debate, especially because of COVID and everything that was going on. So we were like, should we just go? And so we looked to go. First of all, you can't go anywhere.
right.
You couldn't go anywhere.
Everything shut down.
So we were like, can't go to any islands. Also, because our wedding party is now us and our 5 kids.
Yeah.
It was really expensive to travel anywhere. So we
sure.
were like, we may as well just have our immediate family, closest friends, and have an epic wedding. So
And it was epic.
So this is another reason why people do destination weddings or whatever on Long Island. So guess how much the price of the average Long Island wedding is? Not the top.
Just average.
This means that this is the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, people, that's what average means.
I would say like 50 grand.
$61,000.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me. And that's a down payment on a house.
That's crazy.
It's
That's the
crazy.
average. That means that people spend 150.
Yeah, for sure.
Half the people spend 150, half the people send
Yeah.
30.
Yeah. No, it honestly doesn't surprise me, but it would definitely surprise our
Honestly, I
listeners.
was like, the silver lining to COVID is that nobody else was planning a wedding when I
Right,
was. And
right.
so it's the only reason. I mean, Gurney's doesn't, I mean, I'm sure they will. I don't mean to speak out of turn for Gurney's, but 35 people on a Saturday night, unheard of.
Yeah.
It's usually 200 people,
Yeah.
reserved
Yeah,
for those. You
yeah.
can't get a Saturday night at Gurney's. So we got so lucky, and I'm so glad you were there, part of our special day.
I know. Thank you so much.
And honestly, so in the next Uncorked Advice, anyone send me, I'm a wedding expert now.
Yeah. You know all the details, all the deets.
I've
you got
done
them. Yeah.
Because my first wedding, just to backtrack, my first wedding.
You were in Vegas.
Yeah, I went to Vegas. So I've never had a wedding like this.
I know, and that's why I thought it
didn't
was
think I
so
wanted one, but now
beautiful.
that I've experienced a Long Island wedding, I'm like, that's amazing.
You really,
amazing.
it was
It's amazing. All right, so we did get some uncorked advice.
Yes, we did, which I'm excited because I love this new segment. I think it's so awesome.
Yeah, you and Nikki were given the advice last week. It was good.
Yeah. So this
you were
week,
like, it's fine.
It's fine.
I loved it.
Follow up.
I would have said the opposite though.
Really? Would you?
Yeah,
have?
no.
I think that's
I'm like
you.
I don't reach out.
But like I said earlier, real quick back to the weddings. I'm sorry. Marriage is hard, right?
Yeah.
We talked about that, or you've been with your significant other for however long, and it's work. No matter what, it's work, and the communication is key.
Yep,
100%. I think that is what will get you through everything, as long as you talk about what's bothering you, what you're happy about, what you want to see happen, or what you don't like what's happening. Just keep it going, and it's work. But
I think that's where you and Nikki were coming from last week.
Yeah.
Is that as two married women that communicate well with your spouse and your partner, I was seeing it from like the single person's perspective, where I'm like, you know what? If he's not the one immediately reaching out to you the next day and saying, that was amazing, I want to spend more time with you, when can I see you again? He's not that into you. He's
Which
not
I
that
love that
into
movie.
you. I was like, no.
That's a book, actually.
Yeah.
And then made it into a movie. But that was a perfect movie to watch because it has so many different age references, whether you're divorcee or freshly into the dating game, whatever it is. I think that was so well done.
So anyway, I loved your segment, though. I was like listening to both of you because I was like, oh, I would not.
You'd be like, no.
Don't respond.
See, I'm like, do it. Be that girl, you know?
No.
Anyway, Uncorked Advice. We got somebody who wrote into us, who actually follows us on Instagram and TikTok and everything like that. It's The Moment Between Us. It's the their handle, is _moments between us.
That's
and
cute.
They wanted some advice on where to do a date night on the water.
Oh,
and
awesome.
It's Long Island, right? So there are so many amazing date nights. Like, if you want this date to be a weekend-long date, go to Gurney's, right? Why not? Or
let me tell you, if you want to impress,
exactly,
that Gurney's is just jaw-dropping. I'm saying it's just bomb.
But it's true. It really is. But like for a dinner date or even a lunch date or a brunch date, I would say definitely somewhere. Like I always go back to Bayshore. Whalers is an amazing place, or the Lake House. In Bayshore, it overlooks the canal. Again, you can see the Fire Island ferries coming in and out. But the food and the atmosphere and the dining experience is amazing at the Lake House. And Whalers, they have the outdoor deck and patio, which is jamming in the summer.
Yeah, you're right. There are so many places. There are some great places in Port Jefferson in my neighborhood. Like there's Cigar, which is an Indian. It's an Indian food place, and the cool thing about it is they have this upper deck that overlooks not only the water, but the cool thing I always love, and at Danford, same thing. You get to watch the ferries come back and forth from Connecticut.
It's such a cool thing.
There's something
you see
so
these,
romantic about watching the ferries come in and out for me, which I think. But one of our favorite, because Thomas and I do date night all the time, and one of our favorite places is also Prime in Huntington.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're on the marina and the sailboats. Yeah. I mean, it is amazing. But there are, you can go to Salt Shack.
I was just going to say Salt Shack, either by you or by me. You know, like there's a fee to pay. You have to pay a fee to park there.
It's $20.
Yeah, but it's worth it because you feel like you're
It's
$20
to park at Salt Shack, but you know what?
Long Beach, along the boardwalk.
I was going to say Alegria. Alegria, that was our very first staycation. We actually looked at Alegria to have our wedding there.
Because they have that beautiful restaurant upstairs.
The Alegria wedding venue is so beautiful, and you can see Manhattan skyline.
It's amazing.
On a clear day, as well as the beach. We looked at it, and they were like, no.
Really? I'm surprised.
It's expensive, right? Because it's a beautiful setting. They're like 35 people. Move along.
Yeah.
And I don't tell people like who I
you
am.
are. Yeah.
So I just call and pay the price.
Just pretend that you're somebody else. Yeah. No, I think that, like, honestly, like we said, we're on Long Island. Anywhere on the island is gorgeous. Go ahead.
Yeah. Alyssa feels like she's going to tell us something.
She wants to give us advice.
I know. No, but on.
Yes, Freeport Nautical Mile. You can take a dinner
okay, so
cruise.
I have not been there yet.
Do that. Oh my God, do that.
This is on my
do that for your
bucket
birthday.
list. Oh, okay.
That's an awesome thing for your birthday. You can take the kids. It's awesome.
It looks cool. I was on a cruise with the governor. He was dropping artificial reefs, and so I was on a cruise with them to drop the artificial reefs, and we went through the nautical mile, and I was like, "Oh my God, you guys, this is the nautical mile!"
Right? It is,
but it was all closed down because it was like winter. Or whatever.
Oh yeah, and that's another like super hot spot in the summer. You go down to Freeport. I mean, you can take the train.
I'm pumped. I'm excited, and also that's where the Long Island iced tea was invented, right? On the
there's a bar.
mile?
Yeah, there's a bar down there that claims that they are the inventor. Of
I'm
Long
just
Island
gonna
iced tea.
go with it.
Seriously,
I like it.
But Nautical Mile is awesome. And Jones Beach has a restaurant. You know, like there's so many different things.
So I think we've given you a lot of ideas. What was the cute moments by
the Moments Between Us?
Moments Between Us.
They
That's so
have
cute.
such a cute Instagram and TikTok.
What is it that they do?
They're a couple, I believe, that they just kind of do extravagant dates, and they go out and they capture it.
Moments Between Us. I'm going to totally follow you.
I follow them. They're so awesome.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Good. Well, I guess my only uncorked advice is like don't settle and wait for wait for that right. I'm just giving unsolicited advice right now, Sharon.
Here it is.
No one asked for this.
Whether you want it or not, we're giving it
because I said never. I was never say never. I was very anti going in again, and it's just. But when you find that person that is like, stocks his refrigerator just in case you come by and makes you coffee and like, my sisters were like, we knew Thomas was the one when you would show up and he was always looking around like, does she need, what does she need? Does she need this? Does she need to sit down? Can I get the door for her? That's you.
Well, one of his vows was like, I will never stop courting you, which was
so sweet.
So sweet.
I know, right?
He's such a gentleman.
He is. And so ladies, don't settle. Don't work. I mean, obviously to your point, relationships are a compromise and they're a partnership. It's a true partnership.
It is, yeah.
And it shouldn't be one or the other, but also don't overgive. Like make sure that you have a true partner in life. So that's my uncorked advice. Okay, so teaser time.
Whoop, whoop.
Next week is going to be all about Mother's Day. So we're going to give our opinions and our best Mother's Day gift ideas. And our whole team is putting together an awesome blog on the gift guide for Mother's Day.
Right.
So be sure to tune in next week for Mother's Day. And the other thing I'll say is that we're so grateful to the Long Island Wine Country. And we're working with them, and we're going to be announcing soon. So stay tuned and make sure you continue to tune in. Special wine deals of the week.
Yes.
So exclusive wine deals for our hot teas.
Definitely.
And get that merch.
Get that merch.
All right. And we'll see you next week for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
All right,
Cheers.
cheers.